اينشتاين بيقول التعليم مفهوش ملل، حط نفسك مكاني هتفقد الامل. ملينا المدرسه ونظام صب وكب، شرح طول الوقت عمل لنا دروب. يا استاذنا عقلي مش سبونج بوب، يشرب المعلومه وبعديها يكب. هنا في نوسكول طلعنا من الدروب، لعب مرح تفاعلات هتعجبك يا بوب.
نوسكول أكاديمي. Simply learn different.
Hello everyone, welcome to Nowschool Academy, and this is Miss Nihal with you. Let's start our session today, and it's going to be about the vocabulary of Unit 12, music makers. So I think our topic today is so amazing. Be with us to see what we're going to do today, okay? Here, I want from you to prepare all your tools. You know that our tools are very important because we don't want to be disturbed in the middle of the session. I want you to get beside you all your highlighters, your sticky notes, your notebook, the school book, a dictionary, a mobile, laptop, or a PC that you can scan the QR codes of the games, okay? So bring all of this beside you and be ready for me, okay? Let's start our session. Are you ready now? Okay, so the journey of today will start by a game. Are you ready for the game? First of all, and before anything else, go and play this game. Test your knowledge, bring back to your mind all what you know from your general knowledge. And if you miss something or you don't know something, leave it at the end of the session and replay it again. I'm just waiting for you here. Go and be back soon. Hey guys, welcome back. Where are you? Have you finished the game? Okay, let's discuss together the objectives. And today is somehow different because I delayed the objectives after returning back from the game, okay? I meant to play firstly, right? Okay. Our objectives for today that you're going to help me to achieve them are analyzing a text about a young winner in a certain competition, and actually it's a violinist, a young violinist. We're going to talk about her in detail. Explain different types of music and musical instruments. And the third objective for today is to write a letter about your favorite type of music. So help me achieve our agenda for today, okay? Then the key words of this session and what you're gonna hear and listen to them all over the way through during the session are these words. Can you help me read them? Because if you remember, I gave them to you as a homework from the last time. Did you do it? Please let me know down in the comments below the video. Have you done your homework for today or no? Okay? I'm just ready for the comments, and I'm saying Mr. SpongeBob is forgetting, or what? Why is he doing this? Why? Can you tell me why? I guess that SpongeBob didn't do his homework. Okay, let's read together the keywords of today. So the first word with me, instrument, instrument. Try to repeat the pronunciation of each word. The second word is sensational, sensational. The third word is jazz, jazz. And next, folk, folk, okay? Then country music, country music. Don't say country, no, it's wrong. Country music. And then heavy metal, heavy metal. Don't say heavy, it's not heavy, it's not pronounced like this. Heavy metal. And then reggae, 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 okay? And hippie period, hippie period. And violin, violin, violinist, violinist, okay? Again, these are our keywords for today. Here, we're gonna start seriously our session. So please be with me because my presentation topic for today is about an amazing thing. As I told you, we're gonna talk about music. You know that as an introduction to our topic, music is an amazing thing. Who can say that they don't have interest in any type of music? Who can say this? Can you tell me? Can you tell me your comment and your feeling about music? What do you think about music in your life, or do you like it or no? I mean this simply. Here we're gonna talk about some vocabulary that you are going to read in the reading topic in your school book. So please be prepared with me, follow with me. Open your school books on page 80. We will first discuss some of the vocabulary and then you're going to read the topic itself and return back to me, okay? Let's start. One of the words that you're gonna meet is sensational. Sensational. What's meant by sensational? Sensational is a physical feeling of pleasure and interest. Simply, it's something good. When you feel interested in something, when you feel pleased with something, so you have a sensational feeling. You got the meaning now? The second word that we have today is a violinist. Violinist. Violinist, of course, is the person who plays the violin. A person who plays the musical instrument, which is called the violin. Then we have the word musician. Musician. If you notice the spelling of such word, we don't have sh. Yeah, because if we have C-I-A-N, this syllable of any word is pronunciated as sh. Musician, physician, and so on. So many words like this. So this word is called musician, okay? The musician is the person who plays the music, who plays any musical instrument, especially when it's a profession, it's not a talent. So those people are called musicians. The next one is concert. You know that we have the word party in English, but actually there are a lot of types of parties, because if we have a birthday, we can say a birthday party, but for music parties, we call them concerts. So the concert is a musical performance, is a music party on stage for a certain band, for a certain singer, okay? So it's called again concert. There is an expression also in English called I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It's an expression. If you remember, we have in some of the units everyday language conversation. So you can add this to the expressions that we've learned. I can't believe it. You say this when you are exclaiming something, when you are wondering about something. You describe something that you don't understand, okay? Oh, I can't believe it, as you can see in the GIF here, okay? Let's see the next word. Okay, here we have the magazine article. A magazine article is a written passage or a piece of writing in a certain magazine discussing a certain topic, whether it's social, romantic, about food. There are different types of magazine articles. And then we have the reading topic that I told you about. Here, before reading, I just want you to look at the picture, follow with me, and look at on the screen at the same time. We have here some questions that I want you to guess before reading. The first question that I want you to search for the answer of it is, how old do you think the girl in the photo is? Why do you think she's a young winner? Okay, so please search for the answer of these questions during reading. And I'm waiting for you after reading. Here, I'm just going to discuss with you the main points after reading the topic or the reading lesson in your school books, page 80. So the main points that you found was about, or the topic itself was about a young girl. Her name is Jennifer Pike, and she's from Britain. She's from Cheshire, mainly, or exactly in Britain, in England, and she's 12 years old. Her father is a music teacher, and he was the one who discovered her talent when she was, can you tell me? Yeah, when she was 5 years old. Yeah, great. He felt that she's a natural player, as he said. Then, in 2002, she won the competition of the BBC television. It was about the who is going to win the music competition. It was a music competition, and she won this competition as a violinist because she plays the violin. And be careful when you want to say play with a musical instrument, just preceded by the, play the piano, play the violin, and so on. Also, she said that she's quite normal because she has a lot of interests other than music. She was invited to many concerts. Her telephone was ringing non-stop as written in your books, but she also concerned about her exams and school because she's still a student. So she didn't waste her time. She balanced her time between the concerts and her studies, okay? What else is written in the topic? Can you remind me? If you have any addition or new ideas, just write down in the comments and I follow with you. Okay. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. They also talked about, as you can see, the photos of Jennifer. This is Jennifer, and here is a young guy or a man who's called David Bowie. And David Bowie is a multi-talented person because he's a singer, he's an actor, he keeps records, and he married a model. So he's a multitask artist or talented person. He also plays the saxophone, and the saxophone is a musical instrument that we're going to talk about. You have this in a short paragraph inside your books, okay? Now let's see what's next. Let's move on to the next point. Hey guys, have you finished reading The Box of David Bowie in page 82, I think, in your school books? Now let's move on to page 83 in your school books because we're going to discuss a different part in our session today, which is types of music. As I told you at the very beginning of the session, that music is an amazing thing for most of people. I think it is a blissful experience to be enjoyed along. Sometimes it's kind of distraction during boring treadmill sessions of life. For some, it's a kind of soul meditation. So, when we say types of music, I mean genres. There are different styles, a group of styles for music. So, that's what I mean by types of music. Of course, we can classify it in modern times into different styles and different types. Each type has its own rules and it speaks to us in its own way. Each type of music has its own identity. Music in its broader division can be classified into two major types, the Western music and the Oriental music. Somehow the African music has its own style. It's separated from both two major styles. Then we can divide the musical styles, or mainly the Western musical styles or music types, into what we call the rock music. And the rock music is divided into hard rock and heavy metal. You have the heavy metal type. The word heavy represents, or when you hear the word heavy metal, it represents a loud presentation, a loud sound pitch, okay? Tune, a loud tune that become massively popular in the Western society, okay? Then we have here the jazz music. By the way, starting from these slides, you may find some videos. So please pause the slide and watch such video, then return back to me to complete the other types of music. I forgot to tell you that from now on then we're going to hear or listen to some music extracts or watching some videos. So it's a nice thing, by the way. Enjoy it, okay? The next type of music, as I told you, is the jazz music. And the jazz music is developed among the Southern Americans. It was called like a classical style of music at that time, okay? The jazz music is a combination of different but simultaneously at the same time played rhythms and melodies and set of harmonies together, okay? Have you enjoyed it? Let's move on to the classical type of music. Classical music of Europe. It's far away from the American style. The classical music of Europe is one of the oldest and the most respected types of music in the world, okay? It expresses values, traditions, cultures. It has, or it can become in several forms as the symphony, if you heard this word before. A symphony is a kind of classical music, okay? Sometimes young audiences consider it as boring because it's somehow old version of music. Please open the audio part or the audio version and listen to this. Hope you enjoy it and don't find it as boring as some of the young audiences. Okay. The next type is the country music. Country music. As you can see from the photos, the country music emerged from the folk songs. And folk means something traditional, something related also to the customs and habits and traditions. The country music emerged also from the South USA, from South America, okay? People who migrated to South America bring from their countries different forms and different instruments to combine them together in the form of a melodious style of music, okay? So in the country music, you can find people from different countries representing their musical instruments in various ways to be combined together. So what we call country music. Hence, it contained elements and instruments from various countries. For example, Ireland, Germany, Italy, sometimes some of the African countries. As I told you, Africa exactly or definitely has its own style of music. Let's move on to the next type, which is reggae. Reggae is a Jamaican style of music, okay? You can search on the internet and see how reggae music or how a famous song, for example, can be played in this style of music. So the reggae music mainly depends on the drums, but without the cymbals. You know, the cymbals the people hit, or the drum players hit at the end of each melody or tune, for example. No, they mainly use the drums themselves and the piano. Maybe they can use something which is called a synthesizer. The synthesizer is something very sensitive and changes the tracks and the degrees of the sound level and pitches and melodies and so on, rhythms, okay? So this is the reggae music, and the orchestra is one very famous form for the reggae music, okay? Then we have the folk music. As I told you, folk means something traditional, something depends on the customs and the traditions, the cultures of people. So each folkloric item or each folkloric style represents the people play the music itself. So that's what we call folk music. And as you can see from the pictures, there are different cultures, different identities, even in the shape of clothes or the music type itself. So this is called folk. Let me ask you now with a very, very important question. Which type of music do you prefer? Can you tell me? Don't forget to write down the video, the comments of you. I'm just waiting for your comments, and also tell me whether you enjoyed the audio music notes or no. I know that you got tired. No problem. I can see you tired, just tired. Okay, no problem. It's okay to have a break, but don't forget to come to me very quickly because I will wait for you here. Don't move, don't quit, return back. Play the game, have a small rest, and come to me so soon. You weren't tired. Okay, I'm just waiting. Hurry up.
ولأن شرب المية بيساعد على التركيز، دوس بوز وروح اشرب مية وتعال بسرعة، ما تتأخرش.
Hey dear students, where are you? Welcome back. Have you enjoyed the game? Have you found the words in the word search? Okay, I will follow with you in the Zoom session, inshallah. Okay, In page 83, you have also a certain exercise, and it's a listening one as well. It's talking about the musical instruments. Please, dear students, try to differentiate between the word music and musical. For some idioms or collocations, we use music, and with the others, we use musical. So you can't say music instruments. No, musical instruments, okay? Concentrate about this. Here I give you a kind of illustrated dictionary, the photo and the musical instrument under it, okay? Because it's somehow clear and the definitions is not that necessary. You have here the first instrument, a piano, and you can see the photo of the piano. Next comes the drums, okay? Then you have here a trumpet. Concentrate about the pronunciation as well. Then you have a violin, and don't get confused between the violin and the guitar. There is difference between them. Then you have here a clarinet, and we have here an electric guitar. Then comes the saxophone, and don't get confused between the trumpet and the saxophone, okay? Also, we have here the flute, and sometimes the flute or something so close and similar to the flute, those who are interested in music are gonna know what I'm saying or what I'm going to talk about, something which is called tuba. The tuba and the flute are close to each others, okay? So this is the flute and the synthesizer that I told you about. Can you see how many buttons and how much is it sensitive during the sound in general and the pitches, the rhythms, the melodies and all this, tunes? Then we have here the keyboards. The keyboards is somehow like the synthesizer or somehow like the piano. But the piano is the oldest one of them all, okay? And people in the old times concerned a lot about learning how to play the piano, okay? What's that? Oh, have you seen them all? Great, something nice, okay. Muhammad Hinidi is replying, I'm not going to reply. Okay, here we will transfer to another point, which is the favorite way to or for listening to music. How do you like your music to be listened? How do you enjoy listening music? Okay, there are different styles of music, there are different types of musical instruments. Also, there are different ways to enjoy your music. For myself, I enjoy it loud. I like listening to music while driving. I like to listen to a loud music, okay? Nevertheless, it's kind, okay? Because I somehow, or I have different styles, or I like different styles of music. So here we have the different styles of music. So let me hear from you whether you prefer it live, you prefer to listen to live music, live concerts, or recorded music. Recorded in a studio, as you can see, recorded music like the albums, and the singers go to a certain studio, closed studio, and they have the synthesizers and some things to record their songs, okay? Here also, some people prefer to listen to the music in a hi-fi stereo, a very loud stereo, and some other prefer to hear it in a personal stereo. And in the old times, we called it a Walkman. You don't have this today. You have the iPod, the MP3, the MP4 players. But in the old times, we called it a headphone or, a Walkman, okay? Then, some people prefer to listen to singles. And you know, the singles is separated songs, maybe from 1 to 3 songs. And the others prefer to listen to the whole album. For example, I made a playlist for some songs. 2 of them for Tamer Hosni, the other or the next 2 is for Amr Diab, then Muhammad Munir, and so on. So we called it a cocktail, if you know this. But the others, or some of people prefer to listen to the whole album, the 12 tracks for Amr Diab only, or 12 tracks for Muhammad Hamai only. So this is the difference between singles and whole albums. A lot of tracks, okay, sequenced in or after each other, okay? So please have a break. Let's go far from you. Okay, have you enjoyed this? It was a trick because I have a quiz for you to check your understanding. So please pause the video, go and do this quiz. If you feel that you miss a certain part, replay the video before doing the quiz because the score is very important and I'm going to check it by myself. So please make sure that you're ready for the quiz. Pause the video and go and come back to me very quickly. We're about to finish, by the way. Hey, dear students, welcome back. What about the quiz? I watched the scores and I followed you. Okay, it was a nice performance. Great, superheroes. Okay, now let's remember and summarize what we've discussed during the whole session. So let's remember together, what did we talk about? We've talked about the music in general, an introduction to music, and then we talked about Jennifer Pike, and she was an English young violinist. We talked about her career life as a violinist, her father, her younger sister, and some of the interests she talked about them. Then we transferred to the types of music. If you remember the folk, the jazz, remind me what else? What other kinds did we discuss today? Yeah, the reggae and the classical music and the heavy metal music. Also, I think we talked about something else. Let me remind me, okay? Then we talked about the musical instruments and you had an illustrated dictionary, and by the way, you have also the audio tracks of the school book. You can play the CD and listen to the listening activities from it, okay? You have the listening script inside the CD. Then we talked about the different ways of enjoying listening to music. And we talked about the difference between albums and singles. We talked about loud, live, recorded music, hi-fi stereo, personal stereo, and that was all. Let's move on to the ethical value or the moral value of today. And I'm just want to talk about إتقان العمل because it's the key to any success. I mean that you are obliged to work hard. You must work hard in anything that you are doing because this is the ultimate success and the ultimate and the shortest way to achieve any goal or dream you have in your life. So we have here a Quranic verse that focuses on this. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وقل اعملوا فسيرى الله عملكم ورسوله والمؤمنون صدق الله العظيم. So please try to apply this moral or ethical value in your life, in all your life, because it's something very, very vital and essential. For the homework of today, please check the attached file to know what's going to be your homework. Please try not to be sad about the homework like Hassan Husni is sitting sad and angry from having homework. Try to be funny more than this, okay? For the next session, I want you to be prepared with such words. Try to search them and look up them in a certain source. We're going to talk in the next session about the present perfect simple tense, the present perfect continuous tense, and the past participle form of the verb. So please be prepared, okay? By this, we come to the end of the session, no more. And I'd like to thank you for watching and listening. I'd like to thank you for enjoying my session. I hope so, as I enjoy your session a lot. Till we meet again, thank you and goodbye.
نتمنى من كل قلبنا الحصة تكون عجبتك، وبنقول لك ما تنساش تحل الكويز اللي في المصادر، وكمان تقيم الحصة تحت في التعليقات. منتظرينك في اللايف في حفظ الله.